It definitely
Yeah.
is. It's definitely great. So let's dive into Eclipse.
Yeah.
I loved your notes and your messages to the reader in each issue. You thank the fans. You show different processes for the writing, the drawing, the lettering.
Yeah.
Was that your idea? And if so, how important is it to you to connect with the comic reader?
Well, I mean, that's everything to me, because that's where I come from as a reader and a fan, and I'm still so new to the game of being a creator. So I take a tremendous amount of appreciation when someone says they're reading my book. I mean, uh, I'm very appreciative of that. So, yeah, I mean, very early on when they came to us and said to Giovanni and the artist and I, what do you guys want to do in the back matter? And we said, what do you mean the back matter? Oh yeah, right, that stuff in the back. Uh, we were like, oh, well, we should. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of came out organically. We should show what we're doing. I mean, we should open it up and start to share some of these layouts and pencils and inks, and we should talk about the process and our collaboration and just share it. And we started, and people loved it. I mean, when the first issue came out, in addition to getting a lot of you know praise for the story itself, a lot of people really loved the candid nature, I guess, in the way in which we were talking about the process and really open it up. So that became kind of a fixture. And we did like a fan art contest because I was like, well, Eclipse is my first book, so I want to give another writer out there, I mean, another artist out there, an opportunity to get a break in some way. So I think everything from me coming in as a first time creator really defined, I wanted the experience to be as intimate as I could in terms of letting people see what was going on and what I was going through and so it was more about me wanting to share it, and then I guess people responded to it.
Yeah, I entered your fan art contest. I
Did
don't.
you?
Yeah, I did. I don't know if you remember. I tweeted you. I said I'm not that good, so I'm going to
Okay,
send you
okay,
really bad art. And I did that, and I felt really good about it.
good.
Actually, there's so I don't know if I've told you this. I actually work at a comic book store, the comic book store in Glassboro, New Jersey, and there's a great story. You had actually cold called the store one day. You were trying to get people aware of your book, which creators will do that sometimes.
Yeah. Yes.
Um, and it was really great because you didn't get me, you got Joe, who works at the store, and he was so excited that you called because I had forced him to add the book to his bin,
Nice.
and he had read issue 1 and 2 like the day before, and he's like, "Do they normally call? This is great. That guy's awesome." And he was like, he was so happy that he got to talk to you for all of, I don't know, a minute.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, I mean, being a enthusiastic creator, you know, like here it is. It's my first, so yeah, I've definitely reached out to lots of shops and just to try to put the book on their radar, because even though it's an image book, you know, I don't want it to get lost in the shuffle in between the Remenders and the Brewbakers out there. I want shops to take a look at it. So yeah, I've reached out to some. It's always fun because people. It's funny because people. I have had people geek out like that, but the funny thing is, like, I don't feel that way. So I'm like, why are they geeking out? I'm just calling to tell them about Eclipse, and they're like, it's awesome. Why is this guy calling? And I'm like, wait, why are you geeking out? I'm just calling. So it's funny. I don't. You know, I'm just like. I don't. It doesn't. I'm not. I don't feel like big or anything, you know. So I'm like, why is this guy excited? I'm just telling him about Eclipse, but
that means you're doing something right.
I guess so. I guess it's. I mean, this is my first book, so I guess it's a testament to people liking the book, and that's awesome. I mean, that's the best kind of response I could get, you know, is having someone say, I'm excited to be talking to you because I like your work, you know. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he was super excited. So Eclipse is a mix of apocalyptic, murder mystery, a little bit of survival comic. So in your own words, to somebody who hasn't seen it at all, how would you describe Eclipse, and how close is the final product to your original vision?
I usually describe it as such. I say it's a world where the sun will burn you alive. The sun is turned into a deadly monster, and if you go outside, you burn. So society is flipped. People work at night and sleep during the day. And then there's a killer going around killing people using sunlight, and it's up to the hero to stop him. That's usually my elevator pitch. Mm-hmm. It is kind of, you mentioned it, it is a mashup of lots of different genres, which is something I like to do. And I think it kind of makes a story more interesting when it's more than one type of thing. And yeah, I think it is pretty close to what I wanted it to be. I mean, there's no real like disappointment in the way anything turned out. I had a killer team. The artists and the colorists and the letterer brought it to life. It's the story came together. Yeah, I mean, I was really happy with it. Yeah, I think the interesting facet to the question is like, as a writer, you're always looking back on stuff, thinking about how you could do something better. But I mean, when it's done, you just kind of have to accept it and be proud of it for what it is. And I'm definitely proud of it for what it is. But I mean, that's the crazy thing. If you asked me to do it all over from scratch, I'd probably do I do some things the same, I do some things different. So, but that would happen over and over and over again. Like if I was trapped in some sort of Twilight Zone episode where I had to do Eclipse over and over and over again, I would never do it the same way. It would always, each time I would find a different way to do it. There's no one way even for one writer to do it. I think most writers would agree to that. I think most writers would say, no, I'd do it differently. And then if they did it again differently, they'd still do it differently. So, but yeah, I'm very happy with it. Very happy.
Nice. I really enjoyed the combination of your writing with Giovanni Timpano's art, and the lettering was really good. It was top notch. So how does the creative team kind of come together?
In what way? What do you mean? Just how do we collaborate?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a new era. It's not like, Lee and Kirby sitting in the bullpen anymore. It's kind of like everybody, you live in, California. This guy lives over here. Like, so as far as a creative process, how does that work? It's all online, I assume.
Yeah, Giovanni lives in Italy. So everything's done online through emails and Skype. And we were very involved. I had thought out the world to a great deal, and then when we started collaborating on designs, he joined in the process, and it was very. We were very simpatico in our tastes and in our style and what we wanted. He immediately got the vision and started to make it his own vision. He challenged me. It morphed. It became our vision, and. From the very beginning, he was pouring his heart and soul into it right with me. And then once we got going on the pages, he does layouts and then pencils and then inks, and I participate and I get to see each one. And as we've gone from issue 1 now, we're prepping 5 through 8. 5 comes out actually in March, so there's no prepping there, but we've been working on those, and obviously our shorthand of communicating has gotten better and faster, and we trust each other more, and we understand each other. So the collaboration's been really amazing. And then we had a great colorist. We started with a girl, Betsy Gonya, who was working at Top Cow, and she left right at the very end of the first issue. And Chris Northrup came on. He's an amazing colorist. He just brought such this like heat to the book, and like you feel the environment. It's really cool. And he and Gio and I were all collaborating, discussing what we wanted. It's been a very collaborative process. So it's been great. I really like to approach it. I come with a very strong vision, and I really like to say, here's what I envision, and then be very open to letting the people I'm working with say, and here's what I envision so that we can all find it. I never want to think that it has to be my way or my vision. I have a clear picture, and then I want people to come and affect my picture and change my picture and make it our picture together. So I always really like heavy collaboration and heavy discussion. I like to facilitate that. I like people to exchange ideas. So that kind of was the environment that we were in, which was awesome.
So no angry doodling on a napkin or anything like that.
No, no. I mean, no, but I mean, we weren't afraid to have detailed conversations. Gio and I especially, we really worked well together, and I mean, we you don't know that going into it, but we were both very heady, detail-oriented guys, aspiring to do the best we possibly could, and also able to put our egos aside and really just talk about the work. And so, is this right? Well, I don't think this is right, but then that's not right. And then what about this? And then this and that, and and then you find it. And I think you have to be willing to push through those discussions. You have to be able to have hard discussions about story, and have no ego associated to elevate the story. And Gio and I fell into that naturally. And so we still I mean, we're much more simpatico, but we still have detailed conversations. Wait a minute, what about this? Okay, well, I mean, he'll even point out story things to me, and I'm totally receptive. You know, I'll say, well, here's what's going to happen, and he'll say, well, is that fit the world as well? What about this? And I'll say, that's fair, that's a good point, but then we'd have to do it like this, and then we come up with it. So it's been a really great working relationship. I got lucky. I don't know if a lot of writers and artists at first pairing like that, if that happens.
You need to stick with him and just do every single book. He can, you know.
You joke. I don't know. I hope no one comes and steals him away from me. If you're listening, try it, because I'll fight you for him. I gotta find a way to close him off from the real world so he doesn't know that anybody likes him or wants him, and then I can just be like, it's going okay, Gio. Just keep drawing the next book and our new stuff, and just we'll see. And not hopefully he doesn't realize how much he's liked.
That's great.